Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Investment Trends, where we discuss the latest news in the stock market and the economy. So once again, this week on Wednesday and again on Thursday, we saw the stock market hit a new record high. So the S&P 500 climbed once again to new all-time highs as we believe we are reaching a little bit of an agreement with Iran. President Trump outlined a one-page, 14-point memorandum that he is saying could possibly put an end to the conflict and have a little bit of resolution as far as their nuclear weapons go. So this is something to keep an eye on, something that investors have been talking about off and on for a couple of months now. And the way that the market is responding shows us that we could be at the ending phases of this ongoing conflict. We saw oil prices drop to below $100 per barrel, and that has also started to lift stocks forward. One of the reports that came out last week was the GDP report, which showed GDP growth at 2%. This was up from 0.5% on the month prior. And this led many investors to believe we are still in a strong economy. Also going on in the markets right now is earnings reports. So what we are seeing from a lot of the first quarter earnings reports from some of the major companies is that revenues, profits continue to rise for the majority of S&P 500 companies. This has shown continued strength and also started to propel the market higher. So some things to keep an eye on as we start to look forward over these next couple of weeks and months. First and foremost, what did this constraint on oil do to the market and what that might mean for oil prices in the future couple of months? If we still start to see a constraint on the oil supply, what might that do for prices going forward? Because a lot of people believe that we are still just in the early phases of this. Like we mentioned in a prior video, gasoline prices are up about 18% this year. If that continues on throughout the year, that could start to eat away at the consumer spending numbers, which could possibly drive overall economic spending downward. So something to keep an eye on. What would this oil constraint do? And are we not quite out of the woods yet with some potential risks in the market? But for the meantime, enjoy those new all-time highs. And once again, if you're following any certain stocks or sector, please leave a comment below.